What is going on, folks? It is Rigormortis, and we are back with yet another video. This time it's going to be slightly different than what I usually do. So once again, we're going to be talking about stocks today, and in particular, a play that I'm really interested in coming next week. Now, this is a stock that I have yet to invest in. This is a very speculative play, which means that it's going to be a high risk, high reward type of play. And I wanted to put you guys on the stock market, and these are the types of plays that I really wanted to put you guys on because these are the types of plays that we can make a ton of money in a short period of time, get in and get out type plays. And I know most of you guys are going to be interested in something like this. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'll be woodcutting on my From Scratch series account on the side here. So if you're interested in watching that, there we go. I'll be woodcutting. But what I really wanted to talk about today is this company called Microvast. Now, why am I interested in this Microvast company and why is it such a high risk, high reward type play? So what this company is doing, it is actually merging with a SPAC, a special purpose acquisition company. So it's a blank check company that merges with a different company, and that's how they go public. So what happens with these SPACs, and we'll talk a little bit about the price action here in a second, is that they always start out at around $10 for SPACs, and then as soon as a merger is announced, they kind of just shoot up in price for a very short period of time, and then they become very volatile thereafter. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Microvast and talk about whether or not I'll be buying come Monday. And of course, this is going to be a very brief, I'm not going to go into the investor presentation or anything like that. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of information, and then I want you guys to go out and do a little bit more digging, just like I'm going to do. And then after that, you can make a very conscious decision as to whether or not you want to buy. And if you want to listen to my advice, we can do that as well. But I want to start off by saying this is absolutely not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor by any means. This is just what I'm doing, well, the plays that I want to put you guys on. And if you rock with me, then this is what we'll be doing. These are the types of things that we're going to be putting you guys on. So let's go ahead and get started on the video. So Microvast it's not an EV company, electric vehicle company directly, but it actually makes batteries for electric vehicle companies. And it's been in the game for a very long time, this company, back in 2008, and I think they even started before that. And their biggest thing is they make these batteries that charge extremely fast, which is a really big problem in the EV space. We talked about Neo earlier today and how they're going to have this battery as a service where you can exchange the batteries in and out. What this company is offering is a way for these EV companies to have batteries that charge extremely fast, which is a big plus. As you can imagine, the faster you can charge your battery, the more people are going to be willing to switch to this EV, because filling up a tank of gas is, it's a few minutes. So what this company is saying is that they can actually get their batteries fully charged in less than 10 minutes, which is very interesting. Now they also have a long cycle life, so the lifespan of their batteries is extremely long, equivalent to the vehicle on the base of high charge discharge rates. So essentially, what they're saying here is that the battery will last essentially the whole life cycle of the vehicle, which that's also a very big plus, because you don't want the battery in the vehicle to go bad before the vehicle does, because then you'll just be sitting there replacing your batteries. Now we're back to Neo. So that's a big part of their company and what they stand for. And then of course, these batteries are supposed to be super safe, and so the design and the material that they use is also safe. And that's always a big plus and something that we look for whenever we're about to invest in a company that we're interested in. Now a little bit more about the company. This is one of a kind, I would say. There's not a lot of companies that are targeting specifically fast charging batteries. And another thing that I want to talk to you guys about is that these specs, at least the ones that are becoming public nowadays, a lot of them are yet to even have a product. I mean, they're going into the public space, hoping that they have a product out by sometime in 2021, and even some of them 2022. So a company that I'll probably end up talking about sometime on the channel is Workhorse and Lordstown Motors, that are yet to have a product. They're shooting for 2021. Very speculative plays, and Lordstown Motors actually went public through a SPAC, and they had a huge run up without even having a product, folks. So this company has a ready to go product, which is what makes it so powerful. Now what I want to do is talk to you guys a little bit about the price action when it comes to SPACs. So as you can see here, if we look at like 6 months for example, this SPAC was sitting around $10 for a very, very long time. Now, what happens as soon as the merger is announced, which was on the 20th, look at this run up right here. We ran up 19%. 19.13%, which is just crazy to think about. I mean, if you were invested in this company back here, you would have essentially made 20% in just the span of a day. So, or a span of a couple of days. So what I'm trying to say here is that these SPACs are extremely speculative, and they're a quick way to make a quick buck. Now, do I think it's too late to start investing in Tuscon Holdings? This is the SPAC that they're merging with, ticker symbol THCB. So if you're interested in investing into Microvast, the company that we're talking about today, this EV battery company, then the company that you would invest in right now would be this Tuscon Holdings, which is the SPAC that they're merging with. Of course, like I always tell you guys, you only invest what you're willing to lose. This is a risk that you have to be willing to take. These companies, whenever they start negotiating with these SPACs, now it's not always 100% that they go public through them. You know, conversations might start to break down and a deal might not be struck. But as of right now, this is the plan. They're going to go public through Tuscon Holdings. Now, the company is sitting at $12.33, and the market is opening in just a couple of days on Monday. Now, what I'm going to do is as soon as the market opens, you bet I'm going to be buying this stock. I think it is extremely undervalued. If the merger actually goes through, I don't think this is a $12 stock. I think it's more of a $30, $40, $50 stock in the short term. So I would really recommend you guys, and of course this is not financial advice, you invest at your own risk. I think this is quite a good run up, but I think we're going to be able to do even more than this. So I say when it comes time on Monday, this would be a very good stock to put on your radar. Now again, what I like to do is I like to nibble a little bit on these stocks, on these plays. So if I have $1,000, for example, what I'll do is I'll probably put 500 in as soon as the market opens on Monday. If the stock goes up, I'm a very happy guy. We made a little bit of money. If the stock goes down, what I like to do is dollar cost average, folks. So if it goes from 12.33, let's say I put $500 in, and it falls down to around $11, I'll probably put another $250 in so that I can bring my cost basis down. Now you got to remember something about SPACs. Rarely, very rarely do they fall below $10. They'll only fall below $10 essentially if the deal just breaks down. So whenever you're calculating your risk to benefit ratio with SPACs, you really have to look at what the cost of the company is at that time. And at 12.33, you're incurring a little bit of a loss. There's about a $2.50 loss there, potential loss there per share that you hold. But the upside is absolutely crazy. I mean, whenever these things run up, they run up like crazy. So when it comes time on Monday, you bet I'll definitely be buying into this stock. I gave you guys the $1,000 example. I'll probably be putting in $500 on Monday, very early in the morning whenever the market first opens. I'll be watching it throughout the day, seeing where it goes, and then what I'll do is if it has a crazy run up throughout the week, then what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of profits off the top, and then I'll either reinvest those into other companies or I'll just keep them as buying power. So what I'm going to show you guys next week, hopefully, whenever the stock market opens, we're going to double back and look at this company. And there we go, 35 wood cutting. That's actually what I needed for this account. So I'll be stopping there and just kind of chilling out on the account now. So when it comes time next week, we're gonna come back and we're gonna see how this company did over the course of the week. And then of course, this is not financial advice, but I'll tell you guys what I'll be doing. So that's it for Tuscon Holdings. If you guys are interested in these types of videos, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. Drop me a comment down below if you have any suggestions at all. Are you planning on buying this stock? Let me know. A like on the video would be really greatly appreciated. You guys, I come on here and I make these YouTube videos for you all. I really enjoy doing it. I always get the input of my wife and my friends, and they're really pushing me to make these videos. I make a music cape from scratch series. This is not the typical type of video. I don't really usually talk about stocks, but some of the viewers were interested in my perspective, so I'm giving it to you guys. But what I do is I make this music cape from scratch series. I took this level 3 account and I'm going all the way for the music cape. Right now we're focusing on the quest cape and we got 124 quest points. If you guys are interested in something like that, episode 1 will be in the description below. I really appreciate you guys watching, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, folks.